All right, this is a recording for 2.3 for the StatKey. Right now, I'm just going to our statistics page. Again, this is for any of my statistics classes, but for 2.3, if we go and we look at this handout here, we're going to run into a couple spots where StatKey would be useful. If I go all the way to the very bottom, this is an example that's going to be similar to your homework example where you need the data set. And on this one, we're trying to look at audience ratings for these Hollywood movies, which is a quantitative variable. It says use technology. Again, for our class, that means StatKey to find the mean, standard deviation, and the 5-number summary, which these will be discussed in the lecture. And the StatKey instructions are here. You're going to go to descriptive statistics, graphs, one quantitative variable, and then you're looking for the data set Hollywood Movies 3E audience scores. So I'm going to go to do this one because your homework will be similar. It'll just be a different data set. So I'm opening up StatKey. And when I go to their homepage, over here is where we're starting out our semester, descriptive statistics. We want the one quantitative variable. And what this is doing is bringing up by default whatever's at the top of the list here, but you want to scroll through here and find the one that we need for our example. Let me real quick go back and remind myself, what was it? Oop, not that. Hollywood Movies 3E. They're not in alphabetical order. So Hollywood Movies, let's see if I can find, here it is, Hollywood Movies. And there's a 3E, there's several different things here. So just be careful that when you're doing your homework that you find the right one. We're looking for 3E, which means third edition, audience scores, critic rating. Again, I'm going to hop back just to remind myself of what we need. We need audience scores, 3E audience scores, 3E audience score, which is right here. And this right here shows you that there was 1,295 of these ratings. You can see all the movies here in the dots. And the big thing is it's already taken the average of the score. It's going to be somewhere here in the center of the distribution. But here's the mean, about 62. Here's also your 5-number summary. The min, the first quartile, the median, third quartile, the max. So everything's done for you. And then here also is the standard deviation. So I think for this handout, that's what it was asking for. The mean we got, the standard deviation, it's calculated for us, and the 5-number summary. And so for your homework, you would just write those things down as your answer, and then you would attach the StatKey graphic to let just as evidence that you went here. Again, if you are still looking at a way to do this, if you click at the top right, this is for Firefox. You can print this image save it as a PDF to your desktop and attach this image with the rest of the homework that you turn in. So your homework example will be something similar. If I go to that homework assignment, I'll show you really quick. The homework for 2.3 is already here. Oh, I have it as a Word doc. I should put it there as a PDF. That's okay. I'll make sure to fix that right now. But when you open up the 2.3 homework, there's going to be questions where you're writing stuff out. And then as you go down, you'll end up seeing a StatKey exercise. Here it is right there. Or again, you're doing the same thing, but you're opening up the homing pigeons to get the sample size, the mean, standard deviation, the 5-number summary. So you'd answer these questions here, and then you would attach your StatKey image as well. The only other thing I want to show you in this video is that also on the lecture, there is one example that we run into here where they do ask us to use StatKey to create the graph. The only issue is that the data set body fat is not already in there. This is just if you want to do this as an extra exercise to see how would you have gone to get the image for this. Let me close this and let me go back to, but body fat is the data set. And if you go to StatKey and you do the one quantitative variable and you go to here, sometimes the data set you need is not here. And so in this case, the body fat is not already here. And so what you would need to do if ever you're trying to work with a data set that's not in StatKey already is to come to the course materials here in our Blackboard, go to the textbook and resources. And then when you, underneath the textbook, you'll see course-wide resources. And the second one here is the data set. You need to open up, you need to click this to open this drop down and you'll see the data sets. And suppose you were working with the body fat. And again, there's a bunch of other data sets here that you can play with, but you would click on the body fat and download the CSV. And Firefox is usually the best that I found to be able to download. It's now downloaded to my computer, body fat. And so when I go over here to StatKey, if it's something that wasn't here before, then you would upload that file. So just up here, click upload and find in your downloads the body fat. Now, if you do this several times, it's going to show up on your list, but you can see I've downloaded this body fat a whole lot of times. But you would take the body fat that you just download, and then you would go through and click the variable that you're interested in. In this case, we're interested in body fat, which happens to be here in the very first row. So you click the row, excuse me, the column variable that you're interested in, and then just down here at the bottom, click OK. And you'll see that you get this data set for the body fat that I use in the lecture handout. But that's just to show you in case you ever need to download a data set that's not already. But for all your homework, they're usually all going to be here. But I think that's it for this video. So I'm going to stop sharing and I'll get this posted to our page. All right.